are in fabulous Las Vegas, Nevada, guys. I am at physical therapy. I'm getting dead close to 420. I wasn't going to make it back in time, so I wanted to make sure we went live so everyone could count down to 420, the greatest time of all time, 420. If this is your first time tuning in, you're like, who is this fool talking about 420, guys? You've tuned into the It's 420 Somewhere podcast. It doesn't have to be 420. You could be watching this at 2 o'clock in the morning and you need an excuse to smoke. That's what the It's 420 podcast is all about, guys. We got Chantel in the house. We got Pamela. Nice to see you. How you doing? So yeah, I'm up here. I just got stretched out at physical therapy, guys. I need a 420. Woo, after that. Lonnie, hey. Lonnie in the house, guys. All right, we got a ton of people up in here already. We're counting down to 420, guys. What's everyone getting into today? I'm getting into some prime exotics again. I got hooked up with a little pre-sample pack. Been smoking the hell out of it. Loving it, guys. A lot of good deals going down at the Healing Center. Edibles. Don't forget your edibles, guys. Edibles are great. Shoulder's doing pretty good. It's all right. It's still sore. Actually got a pretty good stretch out of it today. Still crunchy. The muscles are still crunchy, if that makes sense. Hey, well, how's everyone doing? 21 up in here, just getting started. Nice. Guys, blow up those comments. Let me know what your favorite 420 moment is. Before we count down to 420, guys, we like to get into a whole mess of trouble. We do Movie Mondays. We do True Crime or Paranormal Tuesday. Weed Wednesday, which is today. Forget it's Weed Wednesday day. And then we do True Crime Thursday and Baked and Unboxed on Friday, guys. Oh, it's a great day. Today is Weed Wednesday. So I want to talk about some of the craziest weed stories you guys got. Who has been out? You know, this is old school, guys, before the legalization. Let's talk old school criminal stories, guys. Buying from some shady character in a parking lot. So for me, I had a hookup at one time. So you guys all know I'm pretty open about it. In my 20s, actually teenage. So probably like 17 to about 22. I ran amok, guys. In and out of prison. All sorts of trouble. I've been sober for 30 something years now. God, long time. That life's behind me. But there was a day where I put in some dirt, guys. And about 20 years old, I think. 1920, something like that. Not in the 1920s. I'm not that old. Got toted and got lost in an airport parking lot. Nice. They all look the same. I totally get that. Bro bought a bag of a vacuum cleaner dust for $10 off Hawthorne Boulevard. So my cousin Shane, God rest his soul. No, he's not dead. He's in prison. Hopefully he learns his lesson again and gets out when he gets out and he's doing good. Prayers for cousin Shane. We call him Uncle Shane, me and my kids. But cousin Shane, prayers for him in prison. Me and him, hey, Rosie Key, how you doing? Me and Shane were running around doing some dirt, about 3 in the morning. And he goes into Albertsons to go bathroom or something, and he runs into a guy he knows, and the guy's like, dude, I need some dope, do you got any? And we didn't. My cousin's like, yeah, what do you got? And he's like, well, I got some dope, but it's not we're talking methamphetamines, guys. It's not doing nothing for me. I'm burned out of it. And so my cousin's like, yeah, no problem. And so my cousin goes into his pocket, pulls out some lint, and makes a bindle real quick. If you guys don't know what a bindle is, it's like a triangle. Sometimes you cut them out of porno magazines because it's thicker, it's like what you keep your drugs in, a bindle. And he put it in there, and then he handed it in, and the guy gave us his dope. And I was just like, God, how frustrating would that be? To go in the bathroom all excited and you just get a bindle full of pocket lint. My cousin has a lot of stories like that. Tim W., how you doing? I had a hookup for pot. It was through a meth guy. But they did back in the day. So this was 90. So probably 97. He was giving me 2 ounces for $100, which is still fire even in today's market. And they were like straight from Mexico, bricks that they would give. These guys were no jokes. And what we would do is I would meet him in a parking lot, and he would have them in cereal containers, like cereal boxes. And he would give me the cereal boxes in a bag, like we were trading groceries. And I would give him the money, and we would go do our thing. And I remember, because I didn't really smoke pot. I was a meth guy. I was a total tweaker, man. That downer stuff I didn't want nothing to do with it. And so I was able to make a lot of money selling weed, even though it wasn't my thing. Yeah, 2 for $100. I always remember that. Thinking like, what is this guy, crazy? They were making more money off the meth than they were off the weed. Weed was just like a byproduct. And this was before it was cartel. This was Mexican mafia. And these guys were kind of connected. Met them through a casino. I was a bus boy at a casino, and one of the kitchen workers was a dude who was connected with these guys, and we got the bullshitting, and he knew I was down, he knew I was cool, so hooked me up with these guys. The next thing you know, we're buying ounces of fucking weed. Oh no, pounds, not even ounces, I'm sorry. No, it was ounce. What was it? Was it a pound? I forget. It was a fucking good deal, whatever. It was 2 for $100, so it had to be ounces. 2 for $100. My contact got a pound for $500 in LA. Nice, man. Oh, what was the other one? Another good buy-in story. You were a wild and crazy kid. Pooping in people's yards. So here's a good one, guys. Here's a good story. I think I might have told this one before, but when I was about 19, I worked I'll tell you a double story before 420, guys. Broken Brain of Eric, how you doing? The ghost of the broken brain. Woo! We appreciate you, Eric. Thanks for stopping by, man. I was working in a casino, the Pioneer in Laughlin, Nevada. And I was working, I was about 19. I was a bus boy. And I was going through some shit. I was a meth head. I was depressed. You guys know how it goes. Doing a lot of drugs, selling, buying, and it was payday that day. So I went and I scored a teener, which is a 16th, which I believe, it's been a minute, is 4 quarters. Yeah, so 8 is an 8 ball, 4 is a teener. So I got a teener, and I had it in my pocket, and I might have already quartered it up, which is what you do when you get a teener, you quarter it up if you're going to sell it. I don't think I did, though. I put it in my pocket, I went about, and a guy comes through. I don't think I even touched it. A guy came through, a kid I knew. I can't even remember his name. Shit. I think I just knew him from the scene. Anyway, he came through, and he knew I like guns. And he's like, hey, man, I got this gun. And we're in a casino, working graveyard shift, guys, in a casino. And he's like, hey, I got this, wasn't anything fancy. It was brand new in the box. I want to say like a 38. I want to say like a 38 revolver, maybe. It was brand new in the box. And he was like, hey, do you want this? Do you want to buy it? And I had just spent some money on the teener. And I'm like, well, I got this teener. Do you want it? He's like, yeah, I'll trade you straight across for the teener. And I'm like, okay, cool. So then I had it right in the middle of the casino in the restaurant. Guy, I give him the teener. He gives me the box with the gun in it. I put it in my apron. I walk in the back. Start bullshitting with someone. The guy's like, yeah, man, I'm looking for a gun. I'm like, I got this 38. What do you want to do? So I'll give you an 8 ball for it right now. Well, shit, yeah. So that's double what the teener is. So it's 2 teeners is an 8 ball. And I was like, well, fuck yeah. So then I give him the gun, and he gives me the 8 ball. So then I quarter up the 8 ball, and I'm selling it in the fucking casino. So in an 8-hour shift, I bought methamphetamines, traded it for a firearm, illegal firearm, traded the illegal firearm for more meth, and then I sold a bunch of meth all while working in a casino floor. The good old days, guys, the good old days. Oh my God. How am I still alive? I have no idea. I have no idea. So, guys, blow up the comments, man. What are some of the stickiest situations you've ever found yourself in? It's almost 4:20, guys. We're counting it down. We're gonna blow it up. Let me know. Bonnie, Brian, Lonnie, Pamela, Rosie, I will be back soon dealing with some messed up stuff. Yeah, man. You know what? We're here for you, man. We're here for you. Honey Nut Heroine, how you doing? How you doing? Anytime you need anything, sir, we're here for you. Oh, man. All right, guys, we got about a minute for 420, guys. We got about a minute for 420. I want you to blow up what you smoking on, what you drinking on, what you getting into, guys. I am smoking on some prime exotics. I got a little vape action going of, I believe, French toast from a different brand, guys. But that's what I'm doing in the car. You know, I got to drive home. But before I hit the road, I definitely toked up on that prime exotics, guys. You need to get into it and get in and get in and get in. All right, guys, we got about a minute. Everyone get ready to fire it up. We got it right now. Let's do this thing, guys. Or maybe not. What are we doing? What are we doing? Party. Here we go. Do it's 420. It's 420. You're getting high with Brian on the Daily Dank. Oh, it's 420. Puff, puff, pass. Oh, man. I take a puff and I pass it to Lonnie. Lonnie, what are you going to do with it, buddy? Hit those like buttons for me. Blow it up, guys. I appreciate it. Oh, man. Dance, dance, dance. Dance, baby, dance, baby, dance. Whoa. It's got to be good when you're hitting the bong, right? Hit it and pass it to Fight for Freedom. Fight for Freedom. What are you going to do with it? You know what? We should do a game with that. Like a duck, duck, goose or a musical chairs. Who's going to hit? Yeah, you know what? I like that. We're going to start it tomorrow, guys, on maybe on the 710, where someone lights the joint and they pass it to someone. And you got to pass it to the next person. And whoever's holding the joint gets eliminated. And then we go on and we go on. I like it. Musical joints. Musical joints. Whoop-a-boo-boo-boo. I'll ghost hit it. Oh, man. I like it. All right, guys. I got one more story for you. One more story for 420, guys. Oh, man. All right. This is not a drug-related story. This is a weird story. Pioneer. Same casino. Same shift. About 18, 19 years old. I'm a kid. I'm just a kid. Young-faced, pimply-faced kid. I was working. There we go. I was working graveyard in the bathroom. The employee bathroom was shut down for remodeling. And so we had to use the main casino floor. You know, it's graveyard shift. Not a lot of people working, walking the floor at graveyard. The tweakers, the hardcores. So I go to the bathroom, and I might have been a little bit. Or I might have just been pooping. I don't know. Anyway, I sit down on the stall, and from the next stall over, a little paper. A little paper. What the fuck is that? Drops it. Boom, right? I'm like, what on earth is going on? I pick up the paper. I flip it over. It says, if you meet me back by the dumpster, I will give you the best blowjob you've ever had in your life. This is the men's room. I'm 18-year-old Brian, tweaker, probably been up for 2 or 3 days. I'm all panicked. I don't know what to do. What the fuck? Do I want him to suck my dick? I don't know. I don't know what's going on. So I take it to security. I'm like, this guy just handed me a note. I never did see the guy. I saw him hightailing it out of there before I could pull up my pants and get up there. And so I go and I tell security, and they start laughing at me. They're like, and no, I didn't go to the dumpster, guys. I did not find out if it was the world's best blowjob or not. I have a feeling it probably wouldn't have been. I probably, how romantic. I'll buy a dumpster. Come on. It can't be that good. Dumpster blowjobs. I don't think I've ever had a dumpster blowjob. Anyone in the house ever have a dumpster blowjob, given or receiving? Uh, oh man, good times, guys. What's another good one? What's another good story? Um, God, there's so many, so many. I told you guys the pooping story. I pooped outside of someone's house. Um, oh man, a lot of casino stuff, man. A lot of casino stuff. Just crazy, crazy nonsense. Just getting in trouble as a kid. Um, buying and selling drug, like especially weed. Oh, so I'll tell you, the first time I ever even smoked weed, guys. I probably went out the first time, but first time I ever got caught smoking weed. Some guys I barely knew saw me walking down the road. They're like, Brian, I was about 16. They come and they get me. And I still see one of them to this day. And they're like, hey, we got some pot. You want to go with us? And I'm like, yeah, why not? Well, let's go. So we go into this field and we're all smoking this pot, probably out of a can or some nonsense. And cops roll up, bust us all. And I still remember first time ever really smoking pot, and it wasn't my thing, but then my parents thought it was my thing. And oh, what a mess. I had to do probation. And and then community service. I went to work at a clinic, mopping up around the biohazard, the biohazard tank. They had like a 50-gallon drum with biohazard stuff in it. Oh man. And I remember, because I was a tweaker then, I was tweaking balls working there. And I remember the guys like, Brian, can you imagine people come here and do drugs? I'm like, no, what the fuck? Crazy bastards. Oh man. One last story for the road, guys, since we're on these crazy stories. The longest I've ever stayed up was about 13 to 15 days, legitimately. I used to say 20, but I'm going to be legitimate and probably say about 13 to 15 days. No sleep at all. What had happened was I came down to Bullhead. We lived in Mojave Valley. So when I would come down and stay for days, just run around. And I came down from Mojave Valley to Bullhead City. And I ran into a group of friends. They had some stuff. We ended up scoring, whatever. We stayed up for about 3 or 4 days, which was about the average you would do. And then they would all burn out. So I would be on my way home, and I would run into another group of friends. I had a lot of group of friends that were just getting started. So then I would take my 4 days and then run another 4 days with them. And then I would all go ready to head back home, tired as fuck. And then run into the old group of friends. Be like, dude, we're just getting started again. Oh, okay. And then that turned into, like I said, about 13 or 15. But I remember sitting in my bedroom with my friend Roger. And we were playing video games or doing something. And I look at Roger and I'm like, dude, stop fucking with the fish tank, man. They don't like that shit. And he looks over at me. And he's not there, and I look over, and he's over to my other side, and he's like, what are you talking about? First of all, I don't have a fish tank. Second of all, he wasn't even over there. I had been up for so long, I started dreaming. Like my mind shut down, even though my physical body was awake. I shut down, and I had a daydream, like a physical daydream of my friend messing with a fish tank that didn't exist. I know, guys. Because I'm a daydream believer and a homecoming queen. That's right, guys are all high, tripping on these filters. All right, guys, I am going to get out of here. I'm going to go get something to eat up here in Vegas. I don't know. What should I get, guys? What should I get? I'm sick of Cane's. I don't know. Maybe I'll head it somewhere. Something different for this time, guys. All right. Hopefully you had a great 420, guys. Hopefully you entertained. You got high. You had a good one. Join us at the 710. Usually we're more structured. If this is your first time watching, guys, usually it's not just me lighting it up in a car. All right, guys. Join us tomorrow. It is True Crime Thursday. Join us on the 710 a.m. show, guys. We're talking Walmart thieves. That's right. What are some of the craziest shit people have stolen from Walmart? We're going to find and tried to return it. I got some Cousin Shane stories on that, guys. We're going to turn Cousin Shane into an icon. Who wants to hear Cousin Shane stories? He'll get out of prison all popular. I'll give him a straight podcast. Cousin Shane, the felon. All right, guys. We'll get into more Cousin Shane stories at 7:10 a.m. I appreciate you guys. Oh, man, you guys rock. No intro, no outro. We're just raw dogging it today, guys. Just straight raw dogging it. All right, appreciate you. Show some love, guys. Go make sure you hit that like, subscribe, and share button. Show some love. Be kind to one another. Hold that door open for that old man. Listen to that story. Whatever it takes, that old man could be me. All right, guys, we will see you on the flip side, 7:10 a.m. We'll see you guys.